CLNV still does not appear to be done with its upside. Let's go ahead and find out what I mean in this video. What is up, you guys? Thank you so much for stopping by once again. This is ARCa coming at you with a CLNV technicals and raw price action thread of analysis on this happy Sunday. Before we get started, please make sure to subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share the video with a friend so that you and them could consider joining our trading community in Discord called ARCa Bulls. With that said, let's dive right into the charts. Okay, so we're looking at CLNV on the buy daily chart right here. And please go ahead and notice that momentum is still suggesting an upside even still. And we are still coming up from a critical contraction level. Okay, you guys. So this is incredibly important for us to consider when trading, right? So let's go ahead and move on to the 3-day chart and take a look at that momentum still pitched to that upside right here. Let's go to that 5-day. 5-day still pitched to the upside even on the weekly, guys. So this is still suggesting an upside continuation. The reason we're getting these pullbacks is because we reached a critical level, and that is the one spot 618. Okay, so that 618 target is a very important target to touch before finding any type of resistance, right, or pullback. So the reason we face that is that, guys, there's no bad news. There's literally nothing bad happening with CLNV. In fact, it's just moving to its geometrical perfection, right, you guys? So let's go ahead and continue on the analysis here. So this is a very curious chart here, because the reason why I'm telling you that it's still suggesting an upside is because of this. So let me just move out these SMAs and these EMAs and connecting the dots here, right? Just a very simple diagonal line, which, by the way, not a lot of traders believe in, right? But if enough retail and enough people trade it, then there is no reason to believe in it. There's just the reason to follow it, right? So go ahead and notice that if we, this is the 8-hour chart, by the way. If we were to continue to the downside here, we come down all the way here to this trend line. Take a look at that 4-spot 618. That takes it's heavy confluence there. So we could very well be facing a loading zone here between 10.0. Let's see. So yeah, 10.08 and about just 10 cents flat, right? So this is it looks to be a very important target also because there is some rhyming happening with the SMA 10 right there as well. Okay, so very, very, very interesting target for us to take a look at, as this may very well present a loading zone, right, before a continuation onto the upside, right? So this is still looking mighty juicy. It's still looking like it still has a lot of power behind it. And now let's go ahead and focus on the RSI and see what we got to validate that downside, right? So immediate short-term time frame, 1 hour. You're looking at the hourly RSI suggesting some downside as well. But please go ahead and notice that the downside is nowhere near as aggressive as a downside like this, and see how it's just accumulating. So we can go ahead and tell that this is actually still losing a little bit of bear strength as well. Okay, so this is indicating a short-term downside reaccumulation period before that thrust continues to that upside. Go ahead and notice on the 6-hour RSI right here that it's also losing that pivot, that strong downside pivot. It's already weakening, right? So this is another good sign too. And now as we move up to the time frames, the 12-hour is now getting very close to that 14-day simple moving average, where it would essentially find support before a continuation onto the upside. And this time frame is where I believe we're trading. Okay, so now the reason why I say this is because I believe the mass amount of volume coming in is due to the 12-hour, because this is more of a swing play than it is a short-term play, meaning that there are less day traders and momentum traders, and there are swing traders that are longing this, and also investors that are actually long-term this. Okay, so this is where I'm thinking that we may be actually trading the 12-hour before a push to the upside. Even jumping into the buy daily, you can see actually that we have that 14-day simple moving average right below us. So this is yet again another area of support. The 3-day is also indicating that it has a short-term downside as well. But very likely we can actually do something along the lines of this here, right? So we actually go down and we find a support from it, not right at it, from right above it instead. Okay, so this is absolutely possible. The 12-hour time frame has the potential to flash this wick. I'm sorry, to flash this RSI signal to the upside upon validating its support, right? So now let's go ahead and move on to the 5-day, and go ahead and notice that the 5-day is now correcting. It does not show any signs of downside, but now if you go up to the weekly, we still have that upside happening, right? So this is why I'm saying that we're still facing a short-term reaccumulation period, bi-weekly still with that upside, and even the monthly with an upside pivot, right? So it looks very much like CLNV is not done, you guys. So you guys already know that I actually missed my entry, right? Some troubles with the little guy. So if I'm going to be completely transparent here, yeah, I can go ahead and gain position on this as well, right? So if I were to gain position or to get long this stock, I would heavily consider doing it between about that 1008 like we spoke about, right? And the secondary loading zone could potentially be right around 973, located at that 4.236 Fibonacci ratio. Okay, you guys. So that's essentially what I'm looking at, and we may actually kind of linger around this for maybe the duration of Monday to the end of day, even the beginning of Tuesday before this thing actually rocket ships, right? So there is a psychological component in this now. So the asset is absolutely just, I mean, there's a lot of people, talking about it and speculating about it. So it has a lot of sentiment behind it. So the technicals are still being played, right? But remember, what I'm trying to say is that there is also the chance to where it never actually touches any of these supports and it just goes to the moon. I mean, and to the downside as well, right? So just know that the probabilities are there just like that. So we have to kind of express some caution, all right? So this is literally the area where I'm looking at, okay? So if there could be a third area, I'm not sure that we can actually go down there, right? As I don't have a crystal ball or anything like that, but it could be that we can reach the 3.618 at 931. Okay, but remember, this would be from my perspective at this current moment in time. I'm talking about Sunday. Okay, you guys, literally nothing has happened here. So I'm talking about a lesser likelihood to touch a wick down to that 3.618 at about 931, right, before a continuation onto the upside. But this is essentially what I'm looking at, and any of these downsides here, including the 3.618, and I mean, I'm not even putting out the 2.618, but it's there, right? It's at 0862. Even doing that, even going all the way down to the 0862 would essentially just create another higher low. So this is just, I mean, it's accumulating for a continuation onto the upside. CLNV is doing very, very good, you guys. So definitely know that I'm still keeping my eye on it, and absolutely want to make sure that you guys do not get caught bag holding, right? So just be careful. Make sure to have your risk management in play, respected by all means. Okay, know that I'm not a financial advisor. Take whatever I do show and iterate within these videos as just a form of entertainment, as I cannot suggest for you to buy or sell any assets whatsoever. Okay, I need you to do your own due diligence and everything will be just fine. Also, guys, please remember to reserve your seat on the ARC Masters trading course, okay, as I think there's only about 2 or 3 seats left for the course. Okay, so it's almost sold out now. It's been about 5 days of promoting this ARC Masters course, and it's already sold out from the 30 initial seats. Okay, so go ahead and make sure to reserve those last few seats for yourself before it is too late, and everything will be good. Okay, you guys, so refer to the links in the description below if you would like to follow me on Twitter or join the ARCa Bulls trading community in Discord. Okay, with that said, I wish you well, a very good night, and I will catch you at the bell mañana. Adios.